CP.
Are you serious? He's gone! 40, 30, Portis all the way! Touchdown Redskins, 64 yards!
26 minutes.
He's pretty sharp, He'll coach you up on the Miami guys and everything else. He's kind of fun to be around. Got an opinion too.
I've been blessed to have the opportunity to go out and be myself and say the things that I say, and for the outside world, they can deal with it how they deal with it.
26 minutes with Clinton Portis. CP. Teach him something.
What's up? Welcome to 26 Minutes, episode 65. I'm your boy CP, joined today by Gabe Henderson. Gabe is in the building. Woohoo!
What up? Is that the crowd?
Hey, yeah, that's our crowd noise. We're live. Stevie on the ones and twos as usual. No Monica McNutt. She's away doing big things as usual. All Monica ever does. Anything Monica does, she does it big. So, again, she's out today. Gabe is in, and we're going to address these no trades happen on the trade deadline that we thought would be really busy. So yesterday I dedicated my whole pod to figuring out who was going to be here, who was going to be gone. And I feel like I wasted episode 64 because every prediction I made outside of Kerrigan was wrong. Trent Williams is back in the building. Josh Norman is back in the building. Case Keenum is back in the building.
I didn't know that was one of your trades.
Well, it was a topic that I saw for trade potential. And I came in and I discussed it. Like, hey, trade value here, stock picks, the organization moving forward. And 4 o'clock came and I'm looking at my phone. Like, I had to make sure my phone wasn't froze up. Like, nothing happened.
That refresh. It was an interesting day for sure. I think the biggest trade, not assumption, but speculation that I saw was the Jamal Adams to the Cowboys trade.
What about Le'Veon Bell?
That was one too. But I mean, Jamal Adams is a guy you drafted. It's a guy who's only been there 3 years. For 3 years, got a Pro Bowl
but they
under
just
his
traded
belt.
Leonard Williams, so that doesn't surprise me. Like Jamal Adams, I think Jamal Adams is a good player, but I would be more surprised. Le'Veon Bell just signed with you, free agency.
And he's he's leading in receiving yards, rushing yards, all that.
And you didn't have a quarterback. And the one person that you didn't mention that was up for grabs was your quarterback. So you're telling me you're going to build your organization around the quarterback instead of the guy that you just paid.
Yeah, I mean, who's the owner said, the Jets GM said, he's always listening to interest. He said if any team ever calls, he's going to listen to him unless it's a franchise quarterback. So, I mean, he made it point blank and clear. I mean, it's black and white. Hey, this is our
Sam Darnold team.
Exactly. So, I mean, it does make you think. I mean, if you're Le'Veon Bell, you're one of those players, it does open your eyes. We saw what Jamal Adams said on Twitter. I mean, it opens your eyes to the business, and it's like, man, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this, and I'm even in the discussion of a trade. So I get it.
So you see a lot of players. I think they had Robbie Anderson, another guy who's been pretty good in New York, a big-time receiver that was up for debate. How hard is it, like the mindset of these guys? Like I understand in the NBA, NBA players always just go through this.
Yeah.
Trade deadline come, a lot of talk heat up, and you get in a position of possibly being traded. Your name is in the rumor mill, and whether it happens or it don't, you have to go back to playing basketball. It was a rarity in football that this happened. Now all of a sudden it's like, I'm on the blocks, right. I'm moving. Oh no, I'm still here. You think it's hard to make that adjustment like over the next 8 weeks of the season, or is it one of those things you feel they should get over Sunday because you're on the field?
Man, you got to think of these athletes as humans too. I feel like a lot of people just think of these athletes as, a player on my fantasy football team that I can trade and do this and that. But like this is real life. I mean, you got guys 8 weeks in, they get traded, and then they got to find their way on a new team. Like football isn't like basketball. Like basketball, you can still gel with a team. You get the ball thrown to you a few times, hit a few shots. You can still average 15, 20 points in basketball. In football, there's so many different things, so many different schemes, and like you got learning a new defense on top of where are we gonna live? Like, where's my family gonna move? Granted, somebody just had a newborn baby. Like, you got so many different factors going into it. So I mean, It's tough.
I think that's
it's tough.
I think that's tough for anybody. Like baseball, basketball. When you're talking about new family, where you're gonna live, I think that's tough for anybody to pack up in the middle of the season and have to deal with that. For me, I think the hardest part is the mentality, knowing that, because when it used to be a mentality when you stepped on the field, and I saw someone say this. I'm trying to think of the quote where they were talking about loyalty to the NFL, and someone said, "What's that? What's that?" Because there's no loyalty in this game. You're tradable. Everyone is tradable, and you get an opportunity to play a game at a high level. I think in our minds we feel as if, boy, I'm giving my all for this. Then you find out, hey, you know what? They're trying to trade me. It's hard to go back to work and still have that same mentality. The only thing that you could possibly have is saying, you know what? I'm going to be the best player I can be. But you lose an edge when it's different. And I think that's why college football was so huge, and the love for college sports was so huge, because you're forever embedded to that college, or you're forever repping the U, or you're forever a Gator, or the Ohio State, So you have that. No one can take that from you. When you talk about NFL, in college, they can't trade you. I get to choose where I go. I choose where I want to go. You see what I'm saying? They can't trade you in college. So when you get to the NFL or professional sports, period, that's just something you got to deal with, having to relocate.
It's a tough part of the business, man. You hear people always say professional sports is a business. I'm reading Andre Iguodala's 6-Man book, and he's talking about when he got traded and, just all the factors that went into it. And it makes you realize, you've been traded before. So, it makes you realize, like, all right, this is bigger than just a sport. I actually got to start – I guess it opens your eyes to new possibilities, new ideas. You start seeing certain things as what it is, or people as who they are, instead of like, you kind of take those blinders off. You stop being naive, and you understand, like, all right, I gotta make mine now. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get mine, how I'm gonna feed my family, how I'm gonna do this. It's interesting, man, but like you said, it's a business.
Speaking of the business, one team that did make a lot of moves this year, the Miami Dolphins, the 0-7?
Yeah.
The 0-7 Miami Dolphins played on Monday night, and a guy that they just traded gets a pick, Fitzpatrick, right?
No, you said the guy they just traded for, Aqib Talib?
No. The cornerback.
Aqib Talib.
No. The kid from
Minka.
Oh, Minka. Yeah, Minka. Minka. Oh, yeah, he gets 2 picks. But the Dolphins got 2 picks in return for him. So they cleared their roster. The Miami Dolphins, 11 picks. Man. 11 picks. And out of those 11 picks, 5 of them, 3 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and then you have a third-rounder. So you have 6 picks in the first 3 rounds. You're talking about starting a rebuild or tanking? Are you kidding me? 6 picks in the first 3 rounds, 3 first-rounders. We just saw how quick the Oakland Raiders kind of upgraded their offense, their team, with this same thing over a little 2-year period, and now you get the Dolphins doing it.
That's interesting, man. I've never been the type to say a team is going to tank, because you still got players on the team that wants to win. You got that competitive nature, but it's tough to say that when you got 11 picks, you got 6 in the first round. But at the same time, they still fought hard in that Steelers game on Monday night.
Well, I can they were up 14-10, and it was kind of like, hey, we better not win this game. What are you guys doing? Like, let's throw this 75-yard bomb and let's see if they could pick it off. I just think for an organization, when you say taking it away from the players are being competitive. They are. And then I think it's kind of that little it's like the Hot Wings commercial where they hit the nudge and vibrate on the coach leg. He got to say, hey, woo, I almost won one. We got to hold up.
But I feel like it's so much harder to tank in football than a lot of other sports. Compared to basketball, it's just so hard to do. It's so hard because you got so many different variations to the word tanking in the sport of football. You gotta call the wrong plays. But even when you call the wrong plays, you got to tell the running back not to, hey, don't hit the B gap right here, hit the C gap. But and there's so many.
But you just start taking shots. You start playing to your disadvantage.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You start taking shots downfield. You just start doing reckless stuff, flea flickers, and you start doing reckless stuff. But speaking of reckless stuff, what we can't do is not be reckless and pay the bills. So let's get these bills paid. The fantasy football season is right around the corner. And this season, there are more ways to win than ever because FanDuel has more ways to win cash prizes and once-in-a-lifetime experiences during every single game, every single week. Never played FanDuel fantasy football before? Great, because new users get a $5 bonus with their first deposit. Sign up for the FanDuel now and get $20 in total bonus. Just make your first deposit to get started, and you'll get an extra $5 in site credit every week for 4 weeks. Go to FanDuel.com or download the FanDuel app. Helping people improve their lives is what should drive business. That's the belief at Koch Industries, which employs more than 65,000 people across America. The team at Koch works together to meet the world's changing needs in transportation, medical care, water filtration, household goods, energy-efficient building products, and everyday technologies, all while consuming fewer resources. See the innovations firsthand at kochindustries.com. Redskins defensive lineman, number 93, Jonathan Allen, hates to lose. So he's teaming up with Papa John's and you to help donate to the Sasha Bruce Youth Work, helping homeless children in our region every day. Team 93 needs you to make it a winning day for your family and these special children. You'll get a large 2-topping pizza and an order of wings for just $20. And Papa John's will donate 93 cents to Sasha Bruce Youth Work for every single order. Play to eat, play to give, but play to win, because nobody wants to lose. Welcome back to 26 Minutes, episode 65. Listen, the Nats and Astros got a series going on. First off, before we even get to Game 7, no one has won at home.
Crazy.
In order for the Nats to win the World Series, they would have to win on the road in Houston. That means neither team won a single game on their own turf. That got to be the first time ever.
Yeah, it has to be. But I feel like in baseball, there's no such thing as home field advantage. Like I'm like, I've played baseball my entire life. Baseball is such. It's not. I feel like baseball is not a team sport because if the pitcher's good, he can throw a no-hitter, and you don't need the team to do anything. All you got to do is score one run. At the same time, the crowd, you're not really affected by the crowd because when you're at bat, all you're focusing on is this pitch. When you're playing basketball, you're playing football, there's so many different things going on. Baseball, your focus is one thing. All right, I got to scoop this ball up. I got to throw it at first. The crowd doesn't really play a factor in baseball, and I guess you can tell with the Nats. I mean, they do got the home field advantage for the Nats is crazy. They haven't won in the World Series, but I mean, you've seen, how the crowd has, been
came out to support.
Right. But at the same time, I just feel like there's really no such thing as home field advantage in baseball.
So prior to this pod, I sat down with Chris Cooley, and we just had a full 20-minute conversation about this World Series and how it can go and where is the advantage and who is this important to, because the Astros have been there. Right? The Astros, they'll be back in the World Series in the next year too because they're set up that way. You look at the Nats, and the Nats at one point I think was like 15-32 or 15-37. No chance at all. The city, they didn't all of a sudden converted everybody to baseball fans and bringing the city together.
DC.
And you saw when they spoke to Zimmerman about being the first draft pick of the Nats and having this opportunity and, just to lose Bryce Harper and all of a sudden you're in the World Series, how much the city has overcome. And they have a pitcher in Game 5 by the name of Max Scherzer who all of a sudden couldn't throw. And they had to scratch it, and they lose the game. I mean, you go to Houston, and Strasburg played his. Strasburg threw 9 innings. I would have been upset that I didn't get the last 2 outs. If I didn't got you through, if I got down to 2 outs, hey, it's no way Doolittle is coming in the game. It's Doolittle. 2 people about to be throwing balls from out here. So it's no way that you're going to replace me. So shout out to Strasburg for an awesome game. Rendon is probably one of my favorite players in baseball. To watch Rendon and Soto, and I mean just that lineup. Like
Drew.
Who is Drew?
I can't. Not Drew. What's the shortstop?
Oh yeah. So a Drupal. As Drupal. Yeah.
I call him Drew. Drew.
So to see that lineup, Zimmerman, Kendricks, everyone has come up huge at different points. Last night Turner had a huge double that was called back for interference that could have changed the game. And you see the GM get ejected and kicked out for the argument, but smooth selling Rendon comes, and when I say he got all of it, he hits the blast. But I call it before he did.
Really?
I say, oh boy, we need this home run. And no sooner than I said, pow!
You should have recorded that.
I couldn't. I was jumping. Even if I would have been recording, I would have broke my phone.
True.
So the excitement for the Nats and having Max Scherzer on the mound tonight. And I said Greinke is a really good pitcher. I watched Greinke in Arizona. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a baseball fan.
Yeah.
Like people always
Likewise.
say, like I'm a sports fan, period. So when it comes to basketball, baseball, I'm glued, right? Greinke in Arizona was a dominant pitcher. I think he was tied to that organization. He had a lot embedded in Arizona. Since he came to the Astros, it hasn't been the same Greinke.
Right.
Max, coming from Detroit to the Nats, have kind of rebuilt his story as a Nats pitcher. You see what I'm saying? Like a
He'll
lot of
be
people
known,
don't even realize that. Oh, you had Scherzer and
Strasburg.
No, not Strasburg. The pitcher from last night for the Astros, Verlander.
Yeah.
That they were on the same pitching staff
All three
in
of them,
Detroit. Yeah. So when you look at these guys, I think this game means so much more to Max Scherzer than to Greinke. And I get an advantage to the Nats tonight because, as you said, if your pitcher can go out and throw a no-hitter or a shutout or a hell of a performance, then it doesn't matter what anyone else does.
Exactly.
And just to get down to one game, Game 7, and you got Max Scherzer on the mound.
The best team's going to win tonight.
After Strasburg just pitched 9 innings, and he was scratched the night before from his start. Oh boy, I look for this city to be electric tonight.
Man, I hate to speculate, but you gotta think about if Max Scherzer can't pitch Game 5, you think he's 100% tonight?
Did you see him throwing in the bullpen last night?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know, man.
I just think it was one of those moments that's gonna come back from your GM to say, you know what, we were willing to sacrifice Game 5 to get to Game 7. We knew Strasburg was in his bag, that he was in his zone, that he's been locked and loaded. So we wanted to get to the point. If we got to Game 7, we had Max on the mound against Greinke.
Man, they're going to get it. If the Nats win tonight, they deserve a 30 for 30. This season is.
This city going to be on fire. I'm going streaking. All right? The Nats win tonight. I'm going streaking through D.C.
You heard it here first.
Everybody else. You heard it here first on 26 Minutes as we get ready to pay some bills. Hey there, it's CP, and one of my favorite things to do is play games from the Virginia Lottery, and they just introduced a new game. It's called Print and Play Rolling Jackpot. It's a Virginia-only instant win game, and it has a starting jackpot of $50,000. The jackpot increases with each ticket sold until the jackpot is won. There are no play slips to fill out. And no waiting for a drawing. Just purchase, play, and check to see if you won. It's that easy. A $2 ticket can win 20% of the jackpot. A $5 ticket can win 50% of the jackpot. And a $10 ticket can win 100% of the jackpot. For each price point, the odds of winning the top prize are 1 in 240,000. Look for it at your favorite Virginia Lottery retailer. Bring your team to cheer on our team. Plan your next company outing, gathering of family and friends, holiday or birthday party with the Washington Redskins. Visit redskins.com/group tickets or call or text 301-276-6033 for more information on group ticket benefits.
I'm trying to meet that boy Clinton Portis, though. They say he's smooth on his feet. I'm trying to teach him something.
Teach him something.
Teach him something.
Welcome back to 26 Minutes, episode 65. Gabe Henderson blessed the set because Monica decided she wanted to go do NBA. So being that we're going to talk about the NBA and we don't have Monica, Gabe is going to fill in with his best impression. I'll see if he can keep up with me and Monica enjoying our segments of basketball talk. So when you look at the NBA, first off, this is going to be really hard because anyone that knows me, do you know who my favorite player is?
No.
Stevie, do you know who my favorite player is?
Yeah.
Who?
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, ding. So Russell Westbrook is in town tonight. The Houston Rockets are playing the Wizards. The same time, Max Scherzer going to be taking them out. So I already had tickets to go see Russell Westbrook. And I'm going to the game.
Okay.
The only issue is I think I'm going to be downstairs at the bar behind watching baseball instead of actually sitting in my seat watching Russ.
You supporting both teams. You supporting.
Well, I'm not supporting the Nets. Well, I guess
DC
I got
Houston.
the
I
tickets.
just realized I just put two and two together. 2 DC Houston games going on tonight.
Oh, me too. I'm rooting for the Rockets and the Nets. All right? I'm
That's
just keeping it
crazy.
real. Yeah, I look at. So I was a huge Wizards fan. Through my era of being here in DC, the best time I've ever had in my life in 38 years of living, we had that relationship. And I see this with the Rockets and the Rockets, Texans, and Astros, where you get the players that support.
It's community.
And that's always, it's a community where everybody is there. My time, 04, 05, 06 in Washington, D.C., I don't think it was a better period anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
And Caron Butler, Gilbert Arenas, Deshaun Stevenson, Brendan Haywood would be in the same venue as Santana Moss, Sean Taylor, LeVar Arrington, Clint Portis, Fred Smoot, Carlos Rogers, and everybody else that we had. Marcus Washington, Antonio Pierce. When I say this city was on fire, man, it was unbelievable.
Probably needed it too.
Needed it. Bro, I say this city was undefeated. It was undefeated. So you get into basketball season, huge fan. Basketball really don't take effect until after Christmas, though. Like right now, you kind of just like, okay, the basketball season started.
After All-Star break.
No, before All-Star. It's
so?
Christmas. It's Christmas Day games that get everybody. This is when you get glued to the TV because you're going to see the Lakers and Celtics, like the best games on Christmas Day. I don't know if the lineup already came out, but if we can find the lineup, the schedule for Christmas Day games. It's what you want to see.
Right.
Basketball season is here. 40-20, 3 quarters. I already know this is what you wanted to talk about.
Nah.
I'm joking. 40-20 in 3 quarters for Anthony Davis and the Lakers. And LeBron say he hasn't even scratched the surface. Now, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it. But I'm watching Shannon Sharp, and I find out that prior to the game, he wasn't supposed to play due to a shoulder injury. So you're not supposed to be on the field, and you go give me 40-20 in 3 quarters. I mean, you're not supposed to be on the court. And you give me 40-20 in 3 quarters. They say it was the fastest time since the shot clock has been implemented.
It's crazy. 26 free throws, right?
40-20 in 3 quarters, and you have a bomb shoulder.
That's impressive.
I'm like Michael Jordan right here. The roof is the same for Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Because you look at this lineup, and it's like LeBron, AD, and you forget Dwight Howard was once the face of the NBA. Avery Bradley has consistently been a bad man. Rajon Rondo is a bad
Danny
man.
Green.
You haven't even gotten Kyle Kuzma back on the court yet. Danny Green is a sharpshooter. When the Lakers finally get rolling, it's no way between Dwight and AD that you're supposed to get to the rim. And then you have JaVale McGee.
They still got to go through the Clippers, man.
They don't have enough. The Clippers don't have enough height.
Clippers got a better bench.
They don't have enough height.
Man.
And I like Lou Will.
They might get a center. I mean, they still got Zubiak. All you gotta do it. I mean, Zubiak can.
I just named 3 7-footers for the Lakers, and I wasn't even talking about LeBron. Understand that? I just named 3 7-footers. AD can shoot from outside. JaVale and Dwight Howard can dominate the boards and the glass. I think Dwight Howard had 2 points.
That's crazy.
That was 2 points from Dwight Howard,
That's all
and
we
you
need.
know he's capable of a 20-10 game.
Easily, he'll have a few this year. But I mean, I just honestly I can't see the Lakers beating the Clippers. I still can't with Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Kawhi, Wilson Chandler, Lou Will, Pat Beverly. Like, talk about defense.
So when you come to Pat, I like that Pat Rajon Rondo. I think when you look at Patrick Beverly game, it was Rajon Rondo. He was a defender. He was the tough, that's Rondo.
Right.
When you look at Avery Bradley, Avery Bradley is a tough defender.
Right.
LeBron, LeBron and Kawhi, they gonna kind of max each other out.
Paul George though.
What about AD though?
If I'm the Clippers, AD got to score 60 for you to beat us.
No, because LeBron, you can't stop LeBron.
Hold
now.
LeBron to 50. Hold LeBron to 20.
Yeah, you can't stop LeBron. No one is going to stop LeBron. Like, LeBron can have a bad game. He still scored 20 or 25 points.
Right. Like, well, I mean, Christmas Day.
Hey, Christmas Day is in Lakers versus. Look, hey, Stevie, you need a raise, Stevie.
Yeah,
you need a raise.
just showed
This
us.
Christmas Day game is the Clippers versus the Lakers. Now, the Clippers and the Lakers already played. They opened the season. No one even cared. No one knew. Christmas Day
Hold
game?
on. Everybody knew they opened the season.
Yeah, but that game was like the next day on
gotcha,
Sports Center.
gotcha.
It was the Clippers and Lakers play. Christmas Day game, I have every household glued to the TV
True.
to watch this game.
True. It's gonna be a good game. It's coming out of LA in the West. We can just put it that way. I think it's gonna be LA, Clippers or Lakers versus the Bucks or 76ers. I think that's gonna be the NBA Finals this year. I'm a diehard Hornets fan. Being from North Carolina, I can't really say much. I mean, we lost to the
Mike
Clippers.
from North Carolina.
My name is Mike from North Carolina. I like sports. But the Hornets played the Lakers and the Clippers back-to-back nights. And I watched both of those games. And seeing what the Clippers did compared to the Lakers, I just think the Clippers are better defensively. Even though the Lakers do have 3 7-footers. I just think the Clippers are just the overall better team. They got a deeper bench. I personally think they got a better coach.
I know they definitely have a better coach. But when you talk about it's hard to say the combo of Kawhi and Paul is better than the combo of LeBron and AD. That's how I look at that, right?
Okay.
The Kawhi, LeBron might be 1-2, no matter how you cut it in the NBA this season. 1, 2, 3 with KD in those top 3.
Right.
And AD is definitely number 4 after those 3.
Top 5 for sure.
So that combination of LeBron, AD is higher than Kawhi, PG.
Right.
Now, the coaching edge, I give to Doc. Doc is a hell of a coach. You look at the bench, as much as I like Lou Will, I think Kyle Kuzma is that same spark for the Lakers.
Who do the Lakers got coming off the bench other than Kuzma, Danny Green, and
Dwight Howard.
Who else?
That's all you need.
I mean,
That's all you need. You don't
can
need
any of those 3, can they create a shot for themselves, score for themselves?
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
you still got Avery Bradley. Yeah.
man.
You still going to have somebody else in. LeBron been playing the most minutes in the NBA since entering. So with those guys, LeBron's still on the floor. He's still a floor general. But let's get to the rest of the NBA because there's some more going on. Golden State off to a slow start.
Yep.
Steph come out, say, hey, everybody want to kick you when you're down. Everyone talks about Steph as an elite point guard, right? I just had this argument, and someone said, oh, Steph against AI. I said, I'm taking AI.
More of a dog.
And he was like, Steph going to outshoot. I said, yeah, you still got to play defense, though. I think AI going to stop Steph more times than Steph stop AI. And Steph is going to rely on his jumper. AI got a jumper and can get to the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
AI got a different dog in him than Steph have. They're both some of the best to ever do it. But as you see right now, Steph with no help is kind of struggling.
I mean, he's still putting up numbers. It's just a little tougher for him.
This is not baseball. As you said, baseball is an individual sport.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at guys like Russell Westbrook and AI and some of the guys that don't have any help, and everyone looks at the luxury of Golden State, and you say, oh, well, without KD, they could still win.
Mm-hmm.
Or without Thompson, they could still win. Nah, Clay a bad man.
Clay's a baller.
Clay a bad man.
Yes.
So Steph can't get it done on his own. I don't think. I don't think. I think Steph one of the best players to play the game, but I don't think he could lead his team to victory every night until his cavalry returns.
Yeah, I think he can lead his team to victory. I can't see him winning another finals without help, but they'll be a 5 seed, 6 seed this year. Like he'll get them to the playoffs.
Wait.
He'll get them. Man,
A 6 seed?
man,
You already gave the 2 LA teams a spot in the West. Who else?
Houston,
3,
Portland,
4,
Utah,
5.
Golden State,
No. What about the Nuggets? What about the Spurs?
Nuggets. That's 7.
So that put Golden State at 8.
I'm putting Golden State over the Nuggets and the Spurs.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, I don't trust the Spurs right now. I think that
What?
they
I trust
didn't make
Pop.
the playoffs.
I trust Pop. That's who I do trust. You think Pop gonna not make the playoffs back-to-back years? That would never happen.
I think he'll make the playoffs, but man, the Warriors are still good. Like they don't have KD anymore, but like they're still good. Like they still can. They still Clay. Yeah, he's not playing, but they'll get a 6, 7 seed.
Hey, Mike from North Carolina that likes sports, watch more of them. That's it for 26 minutes, episode 65 in the books. Thanks to Gabe for joining. Peace out.
Stay tuned for an update from Redskins Park.
At Coke, our 67,000 U.S. employees make things that make your game days better, like fertilizer for greener turf and stronger paper products for tailgating. Viewing the game from your couch? Coke also makes the electronic components in TVs and smart devices so you can watch your Redskins victory anywhere. Coke, we make that. See it all at KOCHmakesthat.com. That's CokeMakesThat.com.
Locally owned Novec has competitive rates and some of the highest customer satisfaction ratings among electric utilities in Virginia. Novec members are receiving more than $4 million in cashback credits in December, and they enjoy the most reliable power in the region. Novec is growing its renewable energy supply, including more solar. Novec, power you can trust.
Time to tailgate. We have my Honda CRV with class-leading cargo space, so I can bring the grill. Cousin Bobby's Honda Pilot with seating for 8, and my brother's Honda Ridgeline loaded with fun features like in-bed speakers and an in-bed trunk. Nothing left to do now but sit back and wait for kickoff. Who wants a hot dog?
Get more this season with a great deal on a new Honda, perfect for tailgating. See your local Honda dealer today.
If you have atrial fibrillation, you know it can be difficult to treat successfully. Inova Heart and Vascular Institute in Fairfax is a leader in AFib treatment using specialized technology and expertise. This helps to more precisely target and treat rhythm irregularities that others could miss, helping to restore your heartbeat to normal. Give your heart the benefit of care. Visit inovaheart.org/AFib to learn more and to find an Inova physician. Inova. Join the future of health.
Hi, this is Larry Michael with the Redskins Park Update. The team wrapping up practice on Wednesday, back on the practice field on Thursday for Sunday's matchup at Buffalo. The Bills, a very tough team, tough defensively. Josh Allen, the quarterback, and the great Frank Gore, the running back. For the Redskins, well, Trent Williams is back in the building, but still uncertain of his status moving forward. More on that later this week here at Redskins Park. That's today's Redskins Park Update. I'm Larry Michael.